think that Trump attending a meeting with GCC in Riyadh and his visit to the region as a whole is a signal that the United States is trying to open new channels of communication and reviving its relations with the Middle East, sir?
Thank you for having me, Rana. Greetings to you and your guest and your dear audience. Of course, President Trump seeks to reinvigorate the United States relationship with or engagement with the Middle East region. Nevertheless, the Gulf region, of course, given its status as a net exporter of fossil energy, it is basically still the basic commodity that fuels the global economy, and each and every industrialized country has a deep-rooted interest in maintaining the stability and the security of this region. So the United States, for the past 80 years, has always been keen on maintaining a strategic relationship with the countries of this region, especially Saudi Arabia. And also they have been deploying a lot of security assets in order to secure their interests over there. So it does not surprise me to see how President Trump is doing business or attempting to do business with the Gulf leaders. They can speak each other's language. They understand each other's mindsets. He does not come to lecture them about anything like President Biden used to do, for example. And he's all about business and pursuing common benefits. And I think that's the parameters. These are the parameters through which we have seen yesterday's and today's summits transpire, and we have seen the kind of deals that have been reached between the Gulf states and the United States, mutually beneficial. On the one hand, trillions of dollars in investments will be pumped into the U.S. economy. And this is something that the Trump administration needs for the next years in order to resume their efforts to enhance the state of the U.S. economy through furthering economic growth, creating more jobs, reducing inflations. These trillions of definitely will help in achieving just that. And on the other hand, Saudi Arabia has brokered a great arms deal with the United States for about $140 billion. Saudi Arabia feels that it needs to invest much more in defense, and the United States is open to offer and get its defense needs. And also,
Dr. Mohamed, do you read this as a win-win situation, sir, and a win-win deal between both countries?
Definitely. When we speak of it from a bilateral aspects, not taking other regional factors into account, it is. And also the Trump administration's policy vis-a-vis Iran, the idea of engaging Iran in a serious negotiation to reach a deal that will actually address the concerns, the genuine concerns about Iran's nuclear ambitions. I think this is something that is to the liking of the Gulf leaders, especially Saudi Arabia, who do not want a nuclear Iran, a nuclear-armed Iran, and also do not want to see the United States engage in a war with Iran, as the Israelis do, for example, because this will be detrimental to their own security and their own interests in the region, the Saudis, basically, because Iran will basically retaliate against U.S. targets inside Saudi Arabia and other Gulf states. And also the ceasefire between between the Houthis and the United States that has been reached, not targeting the Houthis in exchange for the Houthis not targeting maritime freedom of navigation, in the southern Red Sea area.